from Paducah, Kentucky. Love this gentleman. The machine gun. Listen to this thing. This thing fires off. And we got the RB-powered Sylvia S15. Throws it in. Nice job by Ryan Litteral. Now into that first outside zone. Gets all the way out there. Taps the bumper. Oh boy. So what was interesting there, Ryan, was I want to take a look at again. Jonathan Hurst unfortunately slams that right end in. Did he impede his line? It seemed that. I want to take a look at it again.
Absolutely justifiable. Michael Essa out front. Ryan Litteral in the chase position. Essa goes in as Ryan Litteral trying to chase him down. You can see Litteral not as high on that bank. Into that first inside clip. Litteral taking a wider line. And Essa now diving in on and does not get that second inside clip as Litteral could see him grip up, take some angle out of his car. He does have that proximity now. He mimics and we talked about going into the pocket. It seemed like he
in the
did
chase
that.
position there. I don't think Essa made any glaring mistakes. Maybe missing inside clip 2 was the most major one that he made. Off a little bit on 1 as well.
Here comes Ryan Litteral out front. Michael Essa in the chase. Ryan Litteral taps the brakes a little bit, but Michael Essa backs off and now reinitiates. Ryan Litteral tapping that back bumper on the wall. Ryan slamming down. You can see that angle that he took. It was just so violent to go boom, boom. You just saw the car, just the attitude of it. Essa, you see compromising, taking out some angle again. But Litteral getting right into that crease. Nice job there. Just as I say that, punches that finish line.
Essa's vehicle. And let's see as he leaves the start line how this former champ's going to do against Ryan Litteral. And popping into that first outside zone goes Michael Essa. You can't even see Ryan Litteral absolutely covered in smoke. And Michael Essa deep into that second outside zone. Ryan Litteral does have the proximity. Not mimicking the angle, but really aggressive here. Let's see how he go into that final outside zone. And Michael Essa looks like he loops it unprovoked. Sitting on, like I said, a big deficit, spinning out in that third and final outside zone. Here we go, Ryan Litteral into that first outside zone. Now Essa, oh, look at that. Looks like he had to back off there, or he's backing off by design. And Ryan Litteral continues on with the paces. And then into that final outside zone, and Ryan Litteral could see top 16 for the first time this year. And it looks like that will be the case. So unfortunately, Michael Essa, you saw
Ryan Turk and his team, and here we go.
Oh,
Let's get right into
back
it. Top 16.
Ryan Litteral, Matt Field.
The other guy that went into the wall.
Yeah, Matt Field. Here goes Matt Field. Falcon Tires goes off course. The Borla Drift Cave Corvette. Now into that second outside zone. Ryan Litteral, first time top 16 this year in that power stomp. GT Radial S15. Matt Field now into that final outside zone. He was talking about thrashing. Quickly looking at his social media, the top 16. The Royal Purple top 16. Ryan Litteral through that start chicane. Kicking off the second run. Ryan Litteral enters into that first outside zone. Coming now as the sun sets, Ryan Litteral rises to the occasion. Filling all that second outside zone, but not shaking Matt Field. Let's see how they transition into that final outside zone. Litteral goes in, Matt Field drops into formation. Good job by Ryan Litteral out front. Great to see Litteral. Had the 10-minute because of the contact, right? He utilized his competition timeout. The car was rattling so much after the 10, so him and his team are hoping that it works out. Here we go, Matt Field into that first outside zone. Falcon Tires Corvette. A little bit of hesitation and reservation, not as snappy as we've seen previously from Field, and that allows Ryan Litteral to gain that proximity and really get close here as we come now into that final outside zone. Matt Field gets all the way out there, Ryan Litteral. So that seemed like he was diving in on the inside. Ryan Litteral got those Heritage wheels wrapped in GT Radial. Litteral out front. Matt Field in the chase position. Matt Field in that contention for the championship, second in points. Into that first outside zone goes Litteral. Matt Field, you can see him ripping up into that second outside zone, dropping in. Litteral maxing out the angle. How's he gonna handle this transition? Into that final outside zone. Great job by Ryan Litteral. Matt Field up in the mix. cherry bombs. What do you got? Ken Gucci, Ryan Litteral. Cherry bomb as both of them go into that first outside zone, into the second outside zone. Ken Gucci, Ryan Litteral taking that very shallow line into that third outside zone. And now into that final outside zone. Litteral dropped into formation, but very late.
To be honest, like right out of the bat, it just looked like he was more comfortable in the car and it worked better for him.
Here we go, Ryan Litteral out front. Power stop, brakes. S15, oh, look at that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, very well done. Getting that big angle from Litteral, and you saw that angle, had to straighten up. Gucci almost, that could have been really violent, but Litteral into that last outside zone, bringing it across the finish line. So we saw Litteral try to get nasty. And here we go. Let's see. Chris Forsberg will lead. Forsberg qualifying fourth. A great qualifying position for him. 98.4 miles per hour comes in that first inside clip. Big wide swing. Ryan Litteral goes off course. And now Forsberg get that POV, that FPV. Goes in that second inside clip. Ryan Litteral into that inside clip. Quite a bit of distance back here. Ryan Litteral shuts it down. Chris Forsberg continues on through the paces. All right, as we are seeing Ryan Litteral, the power stop brakes S15. Chris Forsberg pacing him here on initiation. Let's see what kind of speeds we get out of Ryan Litteral, hitting that 90. Looks like just a clips there at 94.6. Pulling those GT radials off the ground into that first outside zone. Transition to the second. Litteral looks like shuts it down. That's a big correction there. And wide swing around that second. So it's kind of a reinitiation there. Looks like he lost drift on that second outside zone and pulling through the line. But want to get that overhead view, but just with the naked eye, Ryan Litteral with the RB under the hood. And here we go with Odi Bakchis, and just taking the Gafflebees right now. Here is an appetizer for you there. Ryan, we need to get up in there, bud. As Odi Bakchis, second place, his highest finish in previous years, and now we're in that second outside zone. This is all Bakchis show, unfortunately, for Ryan Litteral. But now it looks like he's hitting that pace. Active chase. We're not looking for them to kick back, but you know, I wouldn't say that Litteral was an inactive chase. Just didn't have it right there, like you said, just something right off the start. Here we go. So Ryan Litteral, Odi Bakchis, gonna solidify this dominance here. Ryan Litteral, good angle right now. It looks like he's putting it down for his town. Good job pass. Boom, both of them. Actually, Odi a little bit off of that inside clip, but now in that second outside zone, you're seeing the proximity, you're seeing the mimicking with the angle, just right there in that pocket, tucking in with that GT radial smoke, but of course the Falcon tires go round, and it looks like, speaking of going round,